Hello, I'm Nicole, the artist behind Art by Nicole, and today I'm gonna draw a bird in flight. So let's go. This tool here is something I had my husband 3D print. It helps you easily find the center so I don't have to take so many measurements. And the way it works is you just line it up, and then there's my center point. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my grid on. Sounded funny. Get my grid on. All right, now we've got our handy dandy proportional divider. You know, I think that this is an artist's best friend, especially when you are first starting out and you're not comfortable with just eyeballing it, and you actually want to take measurements so that you get the proportions correct and it doesn't look all wonky. And we are doing a 1-to-1, so I have it set in the center, so the measurement is the same, the distance is the same from point to point on each end, and then I don't have to flip it when I do my measurements. So let's go ahead. Remember, we're going from center out. You don't have to take every single measurement with this. What I like to do is get my basic outlines. And then work from there. I don't need to measure the distance for every single feather, you know what I mean? So I did reach a milestone here on YouTube. I do have over 100 subscribers, which is awesome. Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Seriously, it helps me out a lot, and I would appreciate your subscription. Probably next week, I'm gonna do a studio tour. I've been telling myself I'm gonna film one, and the only thing keeping me from filming one is my studio is not perfectly clean. Like, there's some stuff sitting on the floor that's just kind of hanging out because I don't know what to do with it yet. But that's okay. I decided it is okay. I will show you real time what my studio looks like on pretty much any given day, which I guess is probably more interesting anyway than just a perfect shot of the studio and not how I use it, right? I'm just kind of going for it, you know? No fear. Drawing should not have fear because it's pencil and you can erase pencil. It's kind of been my thing this year, no fear. Soon, I will be starting a YouTube channel for my knitting. I am also a fiber artist, if you will. Problem with that is, though, I gotta put myself on camera. Kind of hard to do a podcast with your hands. drawing is one thing, but people want to see who's talking to them most of the time when you're just talking. And I don't think people want to watch me knit while I talk. But anyway, the point to that random tangent is the whole no fear. I have been knitting for, I would say, 10 years. There was a break in there where I didn't knit as much. But this past Christmas, actually, I knit one fairly large blanket, a little bit bigger than throw size, from my mother-in-law. I knit a shawl for my mother. I knit 21 hats for Christmas presents, and they were very well received. My nieces weren't so impressed with them, but my sister and brother-in-law were. So, but one thing I had not done is knit socks. Because I thought it was like super complicated. And I was like, what if I can't do it? What if they don't fit? What if I just hate it? But guess what I did this week? I knit socks and they fit. And I was super proud of myself. At least the guidelines. I think I may finish this drawing in graphite because it's my favorite. So you know what might be fun? Still do this in graphite, but use my Derwent Graphitint pencils. You don't have to activate them with water. You can if you want to, but it means I need to lighten up these lines. So to lighten up the lines, I'm going to take my knead eraser. So I think I'm going to take this ivy. The bottom tips of some of these wings and these flight feathers are white and around the bird here. So to bring out that white, I'm going to use the ivy green and kind of put in not a complete background, but enough that you can see the white in the feathers. I do want to branch out on mediums. Like, I've been doing a lot of graphite, which is by far my favorite medium. I just really like to draw. But, I have all these other art supplies. I have watercolor, which I'm not that great at and not that big a fan of. But I have it to do like base coats for pencil drawings or color pencil drawings. I have a lot of gouache, which I do want to practice more. I have a ton of acrylic paint. I want to be a painter. And not just a dot mandala painter, which is primarily what I've been doing these past 7 years. And I have pan pastel, which I've been doing a lot of, which is really fun. I got some good, like, sanded paper for pastel, but I haven't decided what kind of finished piece I want to make. Instead of just doing something in my sketchbook, a finished final artwork, which is why I'm doing a lot of pencil drawings, trying to get some ideas. But I also have colored pencils. I have a ton of pens, colored pens, ink pens, gel pens. Yeah, I have markers, which I did do a marker video of me trying it out, and it was kind of fun. But I don't know if it's really my thing. So we'll see. Suppose now the question is, graphitins are water soluble. Do I want to put water on it? It kind of makes things more vibrant. I think I won't. And just leave it like a graphite drawing. We'll see. All right. Name it blue. So we have dark indigo. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Shadow. What is a good shadow blue color? Ocean blue. And steel blue. I'm gonna put the shadow to the side. I think the base color, we're gonna go with ocean blue. And then I'll layer the dark indigo on top. And another way I've been doing the whole no fear thing. So the last video you saw me put together I call it my couch sketch kit. Because I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I don't go anywhere. I don't travel. The furthest I travel is like doctor's appointments and family, and I mean, I'll be outside in my backyard gardening, but not a big traveler. So I put together a couch kit so that when the urge to draw struck, it would be right there and I'd have no reason not to do it, right? Well, since I put that together, I've been sketching every day. And things that I normally wouldn't. Like, okay, so I have been sketching flowers, and I love flowers, and there's nothing wrong with sketching flowers. But I also want to draw more birds and horses. So for the first time ever, I sketched a horse. And it actually looked like a horse. Now, when I say sketch, I mean like no guidelines. Like, I'm not mapping anything out. I'm just picking up my pencil, putting it to paper, and going to town. And if it doesn't look like a horse when I'm done, then it doesn't look like a horse. Like, the drawing police are not going to come get me. Okay, so it's another day, and you may notice my hand is bandaged. Um, I did something really stupid. I wasn't thinking, and I had grabbed a hot pan that had just come out of the oven, and apparently I forgot had just come out of the oven, so I've got some burns on my pinky and across my palm, but I am okay and ready to get back to this drawing. So I decided that I want to activate the Graphitint because, again, they are water soluble. And I just really want to bring out the color to maybe finish this off. We'll see if I need to do anything to it after we activate it. But I have a couple water brushes. They have different tips. So this is actually a round brush, and this is a flat brush that I want to use for the background and some of the larger areas. I wanted to show you, so this has water in it. I wanted to show you how I fill my water brushes. So I unscrew it. I take the barrel and then I take one of these squirt bottles and it just kind of fits in the tip here. And a couple squirts. And we're filled. It is the easiest way I found to fill these without having to get like a bucket or a bowl or a cup and submerge it all underwater. You can just squirt into it. Okay. Looking to see here. I think I have everything I need. Need a tissue. So now for the water brush, you just squeeze. There we go. Let's see. The reason I'm using a water brush and not a cup with water is because this paper doesn't take water super well. It is not a watercolor sketchbook, but look how fun that is. Now, I have recently learned that my niece loves to watch my videos, and she is, as far as I know, my biggest fan. So I just want to say hi, Rory. Thank you for watching my videos. Look at what a difference the water activation makes with these Graphitint pencils. How much more vibrant the color is. And I'm being careful to try and only activate the color we used for the background. And then I'm going to let it dry, and then we'll go in and activate the bird because I don't want the colors to mix and get muddy. Because when we activate this blue, it's going to be pretty vibrant, I would think. Don't want to dull it down with the green. All right. To clean the brush, I just squeeze it and run it back and forth on the paper towel, tissue, whatever you have. Get a different kind here. This is the Derwent water brush, and I need to fill it. So now it's pretty much dry here. Let's see what happens when we activate the blue. Wow, pretty vibrant. Now, of course, I'm going in the direction of the feathers. I think that came out rather nice. Now what I'm gonna do is let it dry, and then I'll come back through with a colored pencil to do the darker striations in the feathers and maybe clean up the white a little bit. Okay, so I got out my Derwent drawing pencils, and let's use ink blue. We'll just kind of add some details back in these feathers. I think that looks all right. Instead of going in with a black on the feathers, I think this ink blue complements it nicely. Let's see if we can clean up these white bits down here. Sorry about that. My cat bumped the camera. All right, I think that about wraps it up. So we took this birdie and turned it into that bird. I'm pretty happy with the way this turned out. The only thing I'm noticing is these back wings, or not wings, these larger feathers on the back, like here and here. I made them a bit too large, but that's okay. It still looks like a bird. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it done. If you enjoyed today's video and my constant rambling, please leave a like down below and don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next week. Bye.